Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111911. Hashtag AITA. That is a very popular acronym. MIDA whole on Reddit. This is a very interesting one. I might do this for you on your next birthday. Except for I always forget your birthday because it sometimes falls on Thanksgiving and there's other things going on that time of year.
Not this year. This year and last year it didn't. I was on vacation last year during my birthday and it was on a Saturday. But this year it'll be on a Thursday.
Your birthday?
Not Thanksgiving. Actually, no. I think it's going to be on a Monday. I'll look.
Well, Thanksgiving definitely.
I want to make sure you treat me right on my birthday. It's on a Sunday.
Well, this is what I think I'm going to do. This woman on the forum on Reddit said she wanted to know what she should do about a friend who tattooed her name on her wrist. Her full first, middle, and last name on her wrist. She asked her, why did you do that? She's like, I want to celebrate your birthday. If she would have asked, she continues on. She says, if she would have asked me, is it okay if I tattoo your full first, middle, last name on my wrist? And she said it's in big, bold letters. If she would have asked me if it was okay to do that, I would have definitely said no. What should I do about it? People were commenting on it, and they said, you can't make someone remove a tattoo on their own body. It sounds like this person is obsessed with her friend, correct? I mean, am I right in that assessment?
So, I'm sorry, I'm lost here.
Her friend took her name. Not her friend, like the girl that's complaining about it on AITA.
You tattooing your name on me?
No, me tattooing your name on my wrist. Your full name.
Oh,
your full name, okay. Jeremy Northwest. Boom, right there, on my wrist, in big font. And she goes out to lunch with her for her birthday, and she goes, why is my name on your wrist, Joe? And why is it my full name? Oh, I did this to celebrate your birthday.
Some people are tattoo crazy, though. Some people are. And
would you stop being friends with that person if they tattooed your full name on your wrist in big font?
Most likely,
I would.
Most people, yes.
I would.
Yes.
That's a huge red flag.
I mean,
not only that, I might move to Ohio or somewhere where I won't let anybody know where I'm living.
You wouldn't find that as a badge of honor, huh?
No, not at all. Not at all. That's weird.
What if it was your brother? Would it be okay if your brother tattooed your name on his body?
No.
I know you don't have a brother.
I wouldn't know what that's like. I don't know the brotherly bond, but no.
What if your mother?
No.
What if your mother tattooed your name on her body?
No. Which I could see a mom doing it, though. I could see a mom doing it. I could see a world.
Put it right over her
My
heart.
mom would not, but I could see a world in which a mother.
Your mom do it?
Because people put those tacky ass stickers when somebody dies on the back of their window of the car in memoriam of somebody, and then it says the dates on it.
Yeah.
What makes me think, okay, what happened? One, I'm sorry for
Why do they have to put the dates? Every time I see the dates, I know the person's dead now, and I'm depressed.
And pretty young.
Like, it's depressing.
And
you know what
young,
I mean?
Usually.
And they only made it like 21 years. And then you put just put their name on your car. I don't need to know that they're dead. Okay? When I know they're dead, now it's put me in a bad mood.
Doesn't the in memoriam tip you off a little bit?
Well, don't even write that. Just put their name on there. Like you're supporting your favorite baseball player or whatever. Just put it on there.
You know what I automatically think when I see that in memoriam sticker on the back window of a car? I think, man, those poor people, they couldn't afford a gravestone.
Oh, stop.
I'm serious.
That's just really, really.
I'm dead serious. I think of that. I'm like, oh man, they must not have They must have did a cremation and a situation where they spread the ashes, and this is the replacement.
I want to know what those people want us to feel. They're not putting it on there for themselves because they're driving the car. They can't even see it. But on the rear view window, I can see it. Everybody around me that is following you can see it.
Great question.
What is the message you're trying to, what do you want me to feel? Like, what's the point of this?
That is
Otherwise, you would put it on your rear view mirror.
That is a great point.
I noticed something in my wife's car in the rearview mirror, and I was going to ask you about it because I think it's kind of funny. She told me that her best friend sent it to her, and it says, "Hello, beautiful." So every time she looks in the mirror, her rearview mirror, on the bottom right corner, it says, "Hello, beautiful."
Oh, it's like a daily affirmation type thing?
I don't know. It's kind of weird, right? I'm like, why do you have that? She goes, "Oh, well, Angie sent it to me." I'm like, so you put it there?
I think this is a good question. I'm sure there's somebody on the list because I see enough of these to warrant that of the tens of thousands of people that are listening to this conversation right now, somebody has this sticker on the back window of their car, 805-543-3693. How do you want us to feel when we see that? Good morning, KZOZ. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Lindsay.
Lindsay, do you have a sticker on the back of your car?
I don't, but
Okay.
I do have an opinion about them.
Okay, let me know because I want to know why I'm completely insensitive when I see these stickers.
For sure. Yeah. So I'm a grief advocate, and I think that it's really important that we normalize, the experience of grief and loss is something we're all going to experience, and so much of us are not willing to look at it. And ultimately, it is for themselves, and ultimately, they keep their person's memory alive.
Okay.
So I don't think that they're trying to make you feel anything. I think they're trying to.
Oh, but they are. They're making me
And
feel depressed.
what kind of advocate did you say you were?
I'm a grief advocate.
What does that mean?
Oh, I thought you were saying Grease, and I was like, what? Like the movie, like the cooking?
No,
music?
like
That mean that if I feel grief, I should call you and you can
Grief.
you
Okay.
can help me get through my grief. Is
Yeah,
that what you do?
absolutely.
Like a counselor?
Yes, so I
Like a
make
therapist? Like a-
memorial jewelry, and I have a community social media page where I talk about all kinds of things like this to help people sort of understand where people like me are coming from. You know, my mom was killed when I was young, and it's been important for me to just let the world know that she existed. I didn't really get the chance to know her, and she was gone too soon, and so I want her memory to still be here, you know?
But
and I understand that. And I understand the grief, and everybody goes through it a little bit different. You know, my brother died. I've got some of his, little urn, not all of him, but some of him on a shelf. My dog is right next to him with his ashes. And, they're in our bedroom. It's a very personal thing. Other people want to broadcast it all over their car. I understand all that. But when I see the dates and lost too soon, and I see they were only 20-something years old, it just makes me depressed. I'm like, God, that's terrible.
Makes you depressed. But what about the person that actually had the connection, and every time they look in the rearview mirror, they see it? But I mean, is that what you talk about in the grief advocacy teachings?
That would just make you down.
I think that this is a great conversation because I think, there's a lack of understanding on both sides, right? The people who are experiencing so much trauma and loss, they feel really alone. They feel really misunderstood. And so in a lot of ways, it's also maybe supporting themselves if they don't feel like they have that community of support. But on the other side, it's really helpful to have these conversations with you because the goal isn't to make everybody depressed and be like, my life is ruined. No, I have a great life, but it's a significant piece that really brings me joy to bring her memory to the world. So I think it's a
little bit more understanding on my behalf and on peas in water bottles on road trips, because he writes in and he says, I feel like the stickers on the cars, especially the young ones, just bring everybody else down.
For sure. And, that's helpful to hear, right? So that we're expressing it. And I mean, our goal is not to be accepted, right? But so that we make sure that we're expressing it in a way that's also being heard, that we're not perpetuating this feeling of loss and abandonment.
Okay. I thank you for
I bet you
perpetuating our understanding on it. And
absolutely. But I appreciate you talking about it.
It's a therapeutic thing for the person that puts the sticker on the car. I get it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a normal thing to talk about.
There are some, that it can be too much, and not too much, but there's sometimes where we do need to focus on the life that we're living here as well. But I think that there's
I would never I would never do the sticker thing.
Yeah,
but thanks for the call.
We appreciate you.
Super appreciate you.
She makes some good points there, but and we are humans. That's what makes us different than all the other species, that we have feelings and emotions and things like that. And so everybody deals with it different too. Thanks for hanging on.
Oh, yep.
Hello. Yeah.
That's who it is.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. You have a sticker on the back of your car?
Yeah.
What's it say?
Love, Shelby.
And Shelby is somebody you lost?
Yeah, my daughter.
Okay. And then so does it make you sad every time you see it? Oh.
No, it makes me remember her every day.
Okay.
So when one of you guys have a relative die, you might want to think about that.
Putting a sticker on the car?
I lost my dad and my brother and my best friend and my
if you want to think
grandparents.
about, yeah, me too. And if you want to think about, if one of your kids dies, that's a whole different deal.
Yeah. I don't know what I would do.
No, I understand what you're saying.
I don't know what I would do.
I guess you missed what I said. I guess you missed this earlier. I mean, we understand that everybody deals with grief a little bit different. Yours says love, Shelby.
Yeah.
So
that's nice.
That gentleman wrote in earlier, said he felt like the stickers on the cars, especially the young ones, just bring everybody else down. What do you have to say to that person?
I don't think that's true. You always want to remember your kids. I lost my daughter in a car accident. She was 23 years old, and I love her very much. So that's good for me, and it's good. And everybody that knows me says that's awesome.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, really sorry for your loss, and I appreciate you calling in.
All right, you guys have a good day.
And I'm a little bit more understanding and less judgmental after this conversation about the sticker on the back of the window. But it does. I agree with peas and water bottle.
We're just being honest when we say.
Yeah, I feel like it makes me feel sad.
Yeah.
But that's good. I think that's good
because
because
put it on there for other people. They're not worried about it. This is for them.
It's for them. And it's their car, and they can do whatever they want, and all that stuff. And good discussion actually. This ended up being a good discussion because now I'm like, okay, you got a grief counselor and you got somebody who dealt with it, and they gave you their point of view on it, and now I'm like, okay, but please,
without going too far into this, I mean, I don't go to funerals anymore. I'm done going to funerals because when you lose somebody, but funerals are great for other people. They're just not for me. Because when you lose somebody, you go through all this grief, and then a week goes by, and then it's like you're going all through it again.
So what sparked this conversation?
I'm not going to say I'm never going to another funeral again. There will be funerals I will go to, but for the most part, I'm not like the person that's going to go to everybody's funeral.
I wish we had both the grief counselor and that gentleman who lost his daughter still on the phone, because I would have said, if you were alive and your best friend tattooed your full name on their wrist, would you see that as okay? Because that's where this conversation started.
Before this conversation, a little weird. After this conversation,
no.
Or this when you're going to lose your best friend.
No, this is for celebration of
it's
birthday.
Not that big a deal.
This is not for death.
Big a deal.
This is not for death. This is for celebration of birthday. There's a big difference.
Now I can't get death out of my mind. And I'll tell you this, there's way bigger issues in the world to tackle.
What if that girl said to that
my name on your wrist?
What if that girl said to that other girl, "Oh, I did this in case you ever die. I wanted to have your name." No, what? No, now I'm really moving to Ohio.
I would have said, I wish you would have waited till I die. Because now every time I see it, it's just a little creepy.
I am moving further away from it.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 011111911.